So I figured that I would just do a quick update since I had my PET scan on Wednesday, so 2 days ago. I got my results back the next day, and then I tried to get a hold of my doctor to see what she thought about it. I called their office this morning at around 8:30, and I was told that she would call me back, and then I never got a phone call, and now their office is closed. So, yeah, that kind of stinks just because now it's the weekend and I won't know anything. But I did see the radiology report myself, and it did show that I had a lot of uptake in my neck, which we expected around the thyroid bed, around this incision area here. There were still a lot of cancer cells, or just cells in general, that were being attacked by that radiation. And then it did also show that I had 1 to 2 lymph nodes below the thyroid bed that were showing quite a bit of uptake, which does indicate that it has metastasized to the lymph nodes. Now, I haven't talked to a doctor, like I said, about what the plan is, but it did not show any further spread. So in my lungs and my bones, they were clear. So that I'm very thankful, but it did show that it had spread to 1 to 2 of my lymph nodes. I guess the lymph nodes were so close together that they weren't able to differentiate between whether it was 1 or 2. But yes, the lymph node involvement was there. But that's not the worst case scenario. And then hopefully the radiation just kills that. But I haven't been able to talk to the doctor and see what the next steps are. I'm hoping that they just say, oh, we'll watch it, the radiation should kill it, and then we'll do a scan again to make sure, but then I'm also very worried that they're going to recommend having another neck dissection to remove those lymph nodes, and I do not want another surgery. So hopefully they tell me the first part. But like I said, I haven't talked to a doctor, so a doctor has not told me like, yes, it's in your lymph nodes. However, the radiology report was very clear, and it said it's in your lymph nodes, basically. But that's not super uncommon for this type of cancer, and it should not make my prognosis worse. Like, I should still live just as long as I would if it wasn't in my lymph nodes. It's just, another area that it's gone to. But so yeah, that's what it did show. And then as far as the way I'm feeling, I feel a lot better as far as energy levels. I've been able to get out and move around, and I got to see my daughter again on Wednesday for a short period of time. And then every day I've just kind of gotten around her a little bit more. So today I spent a couple hours with her, and then I decided to come back and just, I don't want to overdo it. I want to be with her all the time, but I'm also still trying to heal myself, and I'm still very tired. And I'm trying to just give myself grace and, be able to still come up here and rest whenever I need to. And my daughter's 2, but she's very understanding. Like, she'll look at me and she'll say, mommy can't hold me because mommy's neck's hurt. Mommy's getting better though. Mommy's neck's getting better. So she knows. And then, she looked at me yesterday and she said, Mommy, can you hold me? Can you hold me yet? And I said, no, baby, Mommy can't hold you yet. And she says, okay, maybe next time. So she's very understanding, but it's still just, whenever she looks at you and she says, Mommy, will you cuddle me? And it makes me feel like, oh my gosh, I hope that she knows that I wish that I could. But she's doing so good. She's so understanding. She's so sweet. And she'll say, Mommy, is your neck better? Mommy, she just, the other day, I said, okay, baby, Mommy's got to go back up to Mama and Papa's for a little bit just to give us a break. And She said, no, no, mommy, you stay here. So she's missing me in her own way. You know, a 2-year-old doesn't know how to describe it, but I noticed that whenever I leave or whenever we're on FaceTime, she will throw like a tantrum, and I think it's just her way of like getting her emotions out. But she has done absolutely amazing. And so, yeah, I just wanted to kind of update you guys on the scan, even though, like I said, I haven't talked to a doctor. So, I mean, I don't know 100%, but based upon the radiology report, it is showing the lymph node involvement and then the uptake in my neck. But on Monday, I'm going to call again and try to, get somebody to at least tell me what's going on. But yeah, so not the worst case scenario. Very thankful for that. And I'm feeling a little bit better. So I'm also thankful for that. But it's been a long 7 months, and I can't believe it's already been 7 months since they found this tumor. But it's weird. It's a crazy feeling. Like, I don't think I've let myself process it because I haven't really just had time to. And then this week that I've spent alone, it's kind of like hit, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe everything that's happened. But I'm trying not to think about it and just put it all in God's hands, because it is not in my control at all, and I need to realize that and just give it up. I just need to give it up. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all of your messages and, your concerns, and like, I just really appreciate it. And so yeah, I mean, I'll just put out a little update once I hear back from my doctor. But right now, that's just what the scan showed. That's all that I know. And I mean, the best case scenario would be them to call me and say, oh yeah, I don't think that is a lymph node, but on the scan it showed that it was a lymph node. So that's just me being hopeful. But like I said, that's not the end of the world. It could have been a lot worse if it had gone somewhere else, which I was very worried about. But it didn't. It didn't show anywhere else besides my neck and then 1 to 2 lymph nodes. So I think that that's pretty good news. So thank you guys for watching, and I will update again soon.